Hi, I'm KJ Jones, editor of Diesel Power Magazine, and we're here at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Denver, Colorado for Diesel Power Challenge 2016. Here at Red Rocks, we're starting our photo day, which is basically a day of photography and video interviews of all the competitors and their vehicles, and a chance to show off. We got to get this show started, so let's meet all the drivers and learn about their trucks.
Centerville, Indiana's David Ferguson is driving a 2005 Ford F-350 powered by a 6-liter Power Stroke. Charlie Keeter from Franklin, Virginia is driving a 2004 Ford F-250 powered by a 6-liter Power Stroke, braced up by a triplicate of turbochargers. Travis Kohler's in a 2015 Ford F-250, and he hails from Germantown, Wisconsin. This truck has a late model 6.7-liter Power Stroke. Neil Torley from Green Cove Springs, Florida has a 2008 Ford F-250 with a 6.4-liter Power Stroke.
Kelsey up from Dawson Creek, British Columbia, Canada came all the way down to the competition with her 2002 GMC Sierra 2500 HD.
Nathan Stacy hails from Winchester, Ohio in his 2007 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD. Ray McClellan from Newcastle, Pennsylvania is driving a 2007 Dodge Ram 2500 with a D-stroke 6.7-liter Cummins that now measures out to 6.4 liters.
Jake Patterson's driving a 2006 Dodge Ram 2500. Patterson driving the only truck in the field with a 5.9-liter Cummins inline 6 engine, and his is sporting a big single turbocharger. Patterson's hoping for 1,600 foot-pounds on the dyno.
And now here's the host of Diesel Power Challenge 2016, Brian Lones.
Well, thanks, KJ. You know, you shot all those great photos yesterday. Your magazine features are lined up, but now the rubber really meets the road. We're here at ATS Diesel Performance outside of Denver, Colorado for the first day of official competition at the 2016 Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP. It's all about the dyno today. We're going to strap these trucks down. They're going to make as much horsepower and torque as possible, and then we're going to put them back on the rollers to put them through a 20-mile simulated drive to measure their fuel economy. Tomorrow we go to Bandimere Speedway. We put them through a trailer towing obstacle course. They got to run through an 8-mile drag strip run with a 10,000-pound trailer hooked to their back. The trucks have to run heads up down the quarter-mile drag strip. On the last day, we go out to the fairgrounds, and then the pulling sled comes out. These trucks will be made to pull that professional-level sled as far as possible to gain as many points as possible.
And the driver that manages to excel at all these events? Well, they're going to be named the 2016 Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP Champion. So leading us off here is Ray McClellan. He's backing his Dodge Ram 2500 onto the rollers here at ATS Diesel Performance. An interesting combination in this truck. It was a 6.7-liter Cummins that's been actually de-stroked to 6.4 liters. The reduction in stroke helps with the rod angle. Taking some of the rod angle away takes some side load off of the piston and should free up performance, should make it more true coming up and down to the bore. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of numbers we can watch out of Ray McClellan's truck. He should be a contender.
Well, Ray, man, leading the day so far.
Yeah, I mean, for a fuel number, I couldn't be happier. We're out of air with the Chargers. I don't want to spray it. I don't want to hurt it. You know, it's a good number for out here especially. So we're just going to pull it off, and we're going to go about the competition, try and be smart about it instead of pushing the limits.
Well, here comes Kelsey Epp. Kelsey down from Canada, her 2002 GMC Sierra. Of course, 6.6-liter Duramax in here, and one of the 3 trucks we have at the contest running a triple compound turbo setup. Of course, 2 smaller turbos feeding a larger one, and we'll see how that helps her spool the thin air up here in Denver. Well, so you made the trip down from Canada, and obviously not just to come down and have fun. This thing's a player, over 1,800 foot-pounds. That puts you right up close to the top of the pack so far.
I want these guys to go home, and I want them to have nightmares about this truck.
Well, it takes a ton of people to put on the Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP, but I'm joined by two guys who are super important for this whole process. First guy, Sean Holman, content director for Diesel Power. And Sean, how long have you been involved in this event now?
This is probably going on my 6th year. I was the editor-in-chief at Diesel Power and then content director. And so Diesel's a big part of my life. Love the event, love getting these guys out here, love getting our readers involved. This is definitely one of my favorite events of the year.
A lot of fresh faces this year, too, which is very cool.
Yeah, we have this rule standing at Diesel Power Challenge where the winner gets to come back 1 year, but if they win again, they're out. And that's kind of what happened over the last couple of years. We had Levon Miller won, came back, and so now that he's had his two bites of the apple, we reset the field.
Well, to get the field set, the readers of Diesel Power magazine vote, and they send their mail to this guy, KJ Jones, the editor-in-chief of Diesel Power. How's it going, man?
Going well, Brian. Yes, we received a lot of envelopes, plenty of ballots this year. It was really, really good voting, and clearly they picked, the readers have picked very, very good trucks.
You've been dealing with the group kind of the whole week since they got in, shooting the photos. A lot of big, wide-eyed smiles, it looks like.
Definitely. Everybody's excited about it, and that gets me excited. As Sean mentioned, this is a reset of the field. So you have people that have been wanting to get into Diesel Power Challenge for a long time, and this is their moment to shine to a worldwide audience thanks to the web, and then in the magazine and stuff. It's just the way to broadcast success, I think.
So now we've met the couple of power players that helped put this event on. Let's get back to the dyno. So here comes Jake Patterson. Patterson backing into the dyno cell now. It's a 5.9-liter Cummins-powered Ram that he's driving. Interesting thing about this truck, it has a single turbo on it. A year dominated by triple and double compounding setups. Only a single on here for Jake. Jake, that was an adventure out there. You're one of the few guys here with a single turbo on the truck, and obviously it was a battle trying to get the thing lit.
Yeah, I was trying to load it down low, about 2,000 RPM, and it just wasn't making any boost. So anytime I bumped the nitrous, it was just cackling and carrying on. So that last run, I run up to about 70, 80 mile an hour, trying to get enough boost where it would pull on through, and it did make about 60 pounds of boost and ran out, but it hurt something. I don't know if it's a head gasket or what. It's still got a stock head gasket, no fire rings or nothing, just a set of studs. So
yeah, I was going to say, I had heard that the only reason the cylinder head had ever been off this thing just to put the head studs on it.
I didn't even pull the head off of it then. I pulled bolts one at a time and stuck studs in it. It's got stock valve trains, stock rods, stock, everything, crank, pistons, everything. It's never been inside, so.
Well, the Diesel Power Thrash begins now. Good luck, man.
That's right. I appreciate it.
So Ferguson comes in now, a 2005 F350. This is a 6-liter truck. And kind of an interesting side note here, Jesse Warren, who was a competitor in the 2015 Diesel Power Challenge, has his hands in the tune-up on this particular rig. David Ferguson, a couple of good pulls there, ended up 983 horsepower, just over 1,600 foot-pounds. I know you guys were working, testing the wastegates before you came over here, right?
Yeah, well, it's back home we only dynoed it about 8 times on fuel only. So we didn't really want to overspend anything, so we backed the gates down a little bit. I don't know if we backed them down a little too much, but it almost felt like maybe, I think I may have a PCM issue. We took my lockup switch, my manual lockup switch out and just let the computer control it, and I think I may have because the PCM grounds is solenoid, so I think the PCM is either having some issues grounding it or something's going on there because it just didn't want to fully lock in. We were losing about 600 RPMs. So.
Is it good to have a guy like Jesse Warren around that's done this before, give you a little bit of advice, at least keep your nerves calm?
Oh yeah, it's Jesse Warren. I mean, you know, he's a myth. So the myth and the legend. Yeah, no, he's an awesome guy. You know, come all the way out here and help 2 teams at once. Super guy. And yeah, excellent knowledge on everything. So I'm super happy that he's on both teams.
See you over the drag strip, man. Good work.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Here we are with Jake Patterson. We just got off the dyno. Well, we saw it when you guys tried to start it back up, threw out a bunch of white smoke, ended up pushing it off the dyno to get it here. What do you think happened? What was your experience inside the cab?
Altitude's really messing. We're the big single charger truck here, so it's got a 75, so it definitely messes with it. But trying to just load it hard down low so it would pull up and make boost at where it needed to in the RPM range, and it wasn't doing it, and we was fighting with it and bumping the nitrous, and it was just acting crazy. So ran it all out, and it finally made good boost on that last run, but we hurt something, and we're not sure, something, maybe head gasket issues, so we're going to pull it apart.
Hopefully it's nothing too severe. You guys can get it fixed and back in the competition, but good luck, and I'll let you get back to it.
Appreciate it.
All right, Jake.
So Nathan Stacy has come into the dyno cell in his 2007 Silverado. Another 6.6 liter Duramax engine in here for Nathan Stacy. And the cool thing about this truck, obviously good set of compounds on it and nitrous, along with CP3 pumps, the whole works under the hood here. At sea level, the truck's made about 1,000 horsepower and 1,500, but as we have seen so far today and every year at ATS, that doesn't play here in Denver. So Nate Stacy finished up your third pull there. Kind of interesting deal. First pull was 739, then it went down to 714. You guys were messing around on the hood a little bit. Did you find anything?
Well, we had a coolant leak, which I don't know where it's coming from. We're going to have to take a look at tonight. I mean, out on the street, turbos were lighting perfect. So I think we mess around with tuning a little bit more. We bring her in. I mean, it's definitely got the power for it, and it's got the fuel for it. So just learning curve.
So Neil Torley has entered the dyno cell now. This is a 6.4 liter Power Stroke truck, the only 6.4 liter truck in the competition. This one equipped with 3 turbochargers. Again, one of that triumvirate of trucks we have with the triple compound setup. Going to be interesting to see how he spools, as the big single turbo trucks have been struggling, but the smaller multi-turbo trucks seem to be winning the day so far. Well, Neil Torley, it wouldn't be a diesel power challenge without one guy ghetto fogging the truck on the dyno. But man, it worked for you. You picked up about 600 horse on that. It woke the thing right up.
It did. We're still probably about 30 pounds low on boost, but you know what? At least we got a reasonable number to work with and go with it. And I'm just happy to be here with all these guys and these great sponsors that we got. So I'm excited.
Charlie Keeter making his way towards the dyno rollers here. This is a 2004 F250 with a 6-liter Power Stroke in it. And again, a set of 3 turbochargers all working together to make the boost. Well, man, that was impressive. A couple of real good rips there. Puts you solidly in the top half of the field. Actually, top 3 right now.
Yes, sir. Felt good.
You guys, did you put a little more nitrous jet to it for the second one?
Yeah, we went up from a 78 to a 93 jet. We picked up a little bit of horsepower and torque, but not a lot. Enough for second place, I think, so far.
And is that pretty much where you wanted to be as far as the power goes, or are you just happy with whatever you got?
I'm happy. She's running good. I'm happy, man.
We'll see you over the drag strip, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, Ray McClellan, a successful day in the dyno here, man.
Absolutely.
keeping up with a tradition of a couple years running that the Cummins guys have taken the big trophy out of this place.
Right, and I couldn't let them down. Yeah, and I did it on fuel too. Everybody's in there spraying nitrous and stuff. I didn't even have a kit or anything inside. So.
Oh man, that's doubly impressive.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really happy about it. Couldn't be happier with the truck. You know, I changed a lot of things up right before I came out here, and came out here even with a little bit of issues that we cleaned up here at ATS's place. So they took care of me. I got everything going on my end, and I made it happen here on the dyno.
Once again, it was a Cummins-powered truck taking top honors on the dyno, with Ray McClelland winning the day, Charlie Keeter second, and Kelsey up third. One of the biggest changes for the 2016 Diesel Power Challenge is the way that we measure fuel economy. It's actually going to be done right here on the dyno rollers at ATS Diesel Performance.
They then run an 8-minute simulated drive. The dyno loads and unloads as the computer tells it to basically simulate driving up hills, down hills, and through the countryside. At the end of the drive, we're going to fill the truck back up again, determine how much fuel it used, and then the truck that uses the least amount of fuel is clearly the winner in the fuel economy shootout.
Neil Torley was the big winner of the fuel consumption challenge. Charlie Keeter came in second, and Kelsey F tied with Nathan Stacy for third place. Things get very interesting tomorrow when we head to Bandimere Speedway, hook these trucks to a 10,000-pound trailer, and send them through a very frustrating course of cones.